Morning Legends, get a whole stack of videos today. I'm going to kick it off with our head-to-head series, and this is going to be a weekly video. Today it's going to be shorter just because head-to-head strategy doesn't change or differ too much to that of overall strategy at the beginning of the year, and I'll explain that now. But there are a lot of people here that play head-to-head only, and this will be the video for you guys. So yeah, thanks for tuning into this one. Really what we want to start with, guys, in our head-to-head section is there's a few strategies to go with. And it is all based on how you went in round one. So my head-to-head squad here had a really nice round one score of 751. Very, very happy with my situation there, just inside the top 13K. And so you look at this squad and go, okay, where are we sitting at with our cash cows, right? The cheaper guys, the three sort of under 400K guys, and then you look at your mid-ranges, you look at your guns as well. From the top, you're looking to make as much money as possible, right? That is second, right? You want to be in a position where you can be winning your head-to-head leagues, right? And you know, winning your matchups to kick things off. My team has started really well and won all my head-to-head matchups. Okay, that's the first tick. If that's the case and you're in a pretty good position where you think you can win a good amount of your head-to-heads at the beginning of the year, right? You're going to lose a couple, and that's completely fine. But if you think you'll be in a pretty good position just with the way that your team's set up in round one, maybe compared to the other people in your leagues, and that's something you can look at as well. So I may as well start with that there with my leagues, and we'll just go through, sort of a couple of them here. And well, let's go to the Gargarov. Actually, up against Scoop there, which will be a fun one. But I know that this is a very strong league here. Kossi had he got 30th or something last year. We got Pierce there. Scoop, obviously, a few of the other guys, we won't give him too much love here. But so we're up against some solid outfits. And a few of them here got into the 700s, a few of them in the 690s as well. Let's just have a look at a couple of the teams in the 690s. And you see here, one has, Harry Grant, Spencer Lenu to start, and Totola. So both have pretty low scores. Everyone's got Piakura and also Tupanua, most likely. Starting Strange in the halves. So there's a few of these guys where they just haven't scored super well, with Keeney there as well. Raps on the bench. All solid teams, right? So they're set up in a decent way, but in a position where they didn't start really, really well. What you want to look at is, do I think that I can beat these type of teams most weeks or be competitive and be very close? And if that's the case and you think that's a yes, then what you want to do from there, again, likely if you start well, that you'll be able to make some cash on your starting team, which is what my squad did here in round one, which is very, very good. So now it's a big focus on generating cash. So what you need to do is look into your side, and in the coming weeks, I'll get a few other head-to-head teams on my screen, and we'll be able to make some decisions based on, I'll be able to, explain a few things with other teams on my screen as well. Then we'll start looking at the buy planner as well, and when certain teams have buys, because you might have a league where you don't play in the buy round, so round 13, 16, 19, and in that case, trading in players that have a buy or two buys in those weeks in 13, 16, or 19, 2 out of 3, is going to be super helpful, right? So Tigers are up top there, Titans as well have a buy in round 13, which is cool. Our next team here, which will be the Storm, so they have a buy in round 13 and 19 as well, which is cool. And then you'll see other teams here down the line that have sort of a 13 and a 19 as well in the Warriors there, which is cool. So they're good purchases for head-to-head. But then you're obviously looking at the back end as well. And when you have final series, whether it's sort of round 23, 24, 25, 26, you got a few of those teams that do have a bye in your final series. So just not having too many from those teams as well is going to be where you want to be looking at. But again, in round two, coming into this part here is not something you want to be looking at. I don't think it's a big determinant on who you're going to grab in, because there's not many people that we start with or we get in round 2 or 3 that we hold for the entirety of the year. So don't pay too much attention to that buy period until sort of in the next sort of 3 rounds, I think. And then we'll start looking at around 4, 5, 6. Then we can start looking at those types of decisions in our squads. But you need to look at your team, especially in a head-to-head, and look at, okay, how do I make money? Because what we need to do is make enough money that we can get a gun 17 as quickly as possible. We're looking at it. Brandon Smith, good start for him. Tupanua potentially on the chopping block, given he's started to lose money, and we want to be making money as quickly as possible. Do we think that he can bounce back? That's the question with him and Piakura. Piakura 50k cheaper. Won't make money for a couple of weeks unless he goes absolutely nuts. But yeah, he's someone that you need to look at, and hopefully he can bounce back. Tupanua could be the same, but do you want to jump on someone else now to make money as soon as you can? Because here, if you use trades early, right, and then conserve through the middle, you have enough trades now to use. Then you get that extra 8 after round 20. And if you've saved a few there, you have enough for the last sort of 7 or 8 rounds, which is 7 rounds there, which is awesome. So I think now it's the right time to make some trades. Don't do sideways trades. Just do trades that you think that could make you money and score well as well. Obviously, very similar to that of overall strategy. But I suppose this year is going to correlate to both if you're an overall player watching this one as well. Payne Haas is our second gun scorer, which is cool. We've got Haas and Cleary right now. And then if you're looking at the rest of the side, guys, there's no one that clearly stands out as sort of captaincy options, which I think is fine right now. You got top 2 guys, and that's all you need. You want the rest of the guys making money, okay? Very, very simple. Cotter has an opportunity to make some money. Same to that with Elliott. But at this stage, Elliott went up just a tiny bit, but they are 2 guys that do need to step up. And I think that over the next week or so, either you trade them now because I got money in the bank and I can do some really cool trades, or they can go in the next few weeks if they don't perform. But if they do perform, both Cotter and Elliott, if they can average 50, they have tad over 100k to make, which is really, really cool. So they're 2 guys that have potential, and therefore you can hold or sell. If you think that they're going to be a 40 guy and not make money, they can be a sell. If you think that they can get to 50, then they're a hold. Guys like Hosking are in a really good position for us to make money, so we're going to ride that as long as we can. Hutcho can make some money. Cleary's our captain. Trbojevic going to make some money. I think Sully will start as well. The 33 was a good start without any attacking stats. I think he's going to be a good fella to have. Tuapiki at 408. Really, really good position to make some money again. Let's ride him as long as we can. Pat, he'll be back. He'll be fine. Trbojevic will make some money. Gun scorer in our wing fullback, which is awesome. And then we want to look at our emergencies and interchange as well. So Lukey's making money. Flanagan's just started that. Chan's just started that. Same with Salmon, Strange, Hughes, and Nankini is our kind of worry at the moment. Do we trade him this week? Do we use him as a looper and hope that he can play next week? There are a few questions we can ask ourselves. He's also our wing fullback cover for next week if anything happens in this squad. So that's something to look at as well. But do this to your side each and every week, guys. Is the best way to think about the overall or head-to-head. But obviously on the head-to-head side, you're looking to make money to get things going as soon as possible. As we get to sort of the next 5 rounds there, we can look at upgrading to some more guns. Some guys that are potentially on the way. They're like a 700k guy that has some way to build to get higher into gun territory. And into making a little bit of money and scoring 50 plus on a weekly basis, whether that's in every position, 45 plus in the centers, 50 plus everywhere else, then that's what you want to be focusing on with your head-to-head team. As I said, guys, we'll get into some other options some other teams to have a look at it and kind of answer some questions on them. So if you are interested in featuring in this video, let me know in a DM or the comments, and I'll consider you for next week to chuck on here. I'll try and go through a few. As I said today, fairly short one, just because they're focusing on points and money making, and then I'll have a little bit more head-to-head strategy over the coming weeks. But and this will get really, really important, this video, through the middle part of the year and into the back end, that's for sure. So excited to bring this feature and this video to you guys each and every week. I hope this was fun, and we'll see you on a week-to-week basis.